It's amazing the successes. I've been personally inspired by all the stories you've been sharing, and how the actions have just blown up over the internet.
Yeah.
It really feels good to know, I see little by little the world starting to surround Australia, and that just touches my heart.
It's very inspiring because it gives me something to do. Like I don't want to be a helpless victim of this. I don't want to let it happen to me. So I'm doing it, for personal reasons. I guess. I mean, I'm inside it. I'm inside the smog bubble. So I can't not do anything. But what I'm inspired by is the fact that other people have taken that initiative. And for instance, there's an event in Toronto with some Aussies that have hired a bar called The Office. And it's in Main Street or downtown Toronto. And these Aussies have just hired out a room and said, look, we'll just get a DJ and have some pizzas, whatever they do.
Yeah.
Just come along, give us some money, give us a tenner, put it in a bucket. Whatever we raise, we'll just give it away.
Yeah.
And so, we've got people all over the world, London, Toronto. I'm trying to get a hold of all of them. And people are just running events. And they're just giving, right? They're giving from their heart. We're people, people helping people.
Yeah.
And we can see that the Aussies are suffering, especially the ones in the country towns. And we know the wildlife is suffering horrendously because they can't get away.
It's unfathomable. It's just so hard to fathom the numbers.
It's hard to comprehend. So it's not a sympathy card call. It's just me telling you that we're doing something. We're on the ground. We're here doing something. And by just simply coming to the event we're having, you can come and find out how we did it. You can have an event in your town. You can run some sort of online donation service. And people are doing whatever they can. And I've noticed it's the thing that I find inspiring is that we all have a different skill set. Some people want to be the people that, like a guy in Kangaroo Island, which is almost completely gone, a whole island on fire. This guy was driving around in his car, picking up koalas, like putting his life in danger. He really should have been escaping, but he drove around. So inspiring. Now, I'm not going to do that. I don't have the courage for that. But, here's a guy driving around the countryside, picking up animals, putting them in the car, saying, mate, I'll save you. And then taking them to another group of people that are building little houses for them, out of Lego or whatever they can get. And they got nothing. They got no money because it's just happened.
Well, you're not driving around looking for kangaroos, Keith, but you have been all over Twitter. I've been following you and watching about and being inspired by all the stories that you're sharing. That's hugely valuable. And although you can't measure somebody that gives that much, Keith, it's a pleasure to know you. I'm inspired by you and all that you've done. You're making the world a better place, which is my mission. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the 22nd. So that's the 22nd of January at 4:00 Eastern Standard Time. Keith Keller will be there. I'll be there. Keith, we've got 2 more guests joining us. Can you tell us a little bit about the other 2 guests?
Yeah. My friend Christina Garnett just wrote a really cool article about this. Really cool article. She basically said, okay, the fires in Australia are happening and there's great examples of people showing great initiative there. But let's play that in the context of what else is happening. So, for instance, there's a really lovely children's hospital and people are live streaming. These gamers that are really famous are live streaming and donating the proceeds of their work. So here's a couple of gamers that are famous on YouTube and Twitch and another site called Mixer, which is a live streaming app. And Christina has pulled that apart and worked on how to do that, how you can do it. What is the value proposition of live streaming if you've never done it before? Yeah. So the reason I'm inspired by this group of people is that in Australia, especially in Australia, but in general, especially with boomers and also Gen Xers, is that we're under the impression that this is just a waste of time. People playing on their phone while they're waiting for the bus. But now there's a younger generation that are saying, you know what, this is real. If I do something, people plant trees. If I do something, they invent the cure for cancer for young children. My actions help. I'm not just playing on my phone while I'm waiting for the bus. I'm doing something which turns into a real action that benefits a real person. And this article that Christina wrote is all about how that's being done
Mm-hmm.
and how we can do it too,
Mm-hmm.
and how we can incorporate some of these newer technologies into making the world a better place and helping people that are already suffering, or circumventing the suffering before it happens, which is where I'm going with it.
Mm-hmm.
And my other friend, Jen Kelly, who's from Toronto,
Yes.
she's this really cool site. You've got to find out about this site called Nimble Quotes. And her value proposition is, maybe you're too busy to be tweeting all this good stuff. So I've done it for you. I've found all the great quotes in the world, and I've put a nice picture behind them. And for a very small fee, we'll just post them out for you. So it's called Nimble Quotes. We've got a free version, but also it's an app, and it sends out 8 quotes a day to your tribe, just to let them know that you're in the world, and it generates engagement, and it's just a lovely idea. So we're all helping in different ways. I'm not putting on a suit, a fire suit, and staring at the fire, because that scares the shit out of me.
Mm-hmm.
But I can jump on my laptop and maybe raise a bit of money and help send some money to the people that are trying to keep those koalas alive. So if you honor the fact that we're all doing our part, all you have to do is find your part. Find your bit of the puzzle. Don't worry that you're not putting. I feel embarrassed about that. I'm a guy. Should I be putting on a fire suit and jumping in front of a truck? I mean, I don't know, but that's not my skill set. I'd be wasted there.
I think you're far more powerful on a keyboard.
Yeah, that's the power of what we're doing. I've worked out my niche. I've worked out how I can help. Celeste Barber raised $50 million in 10 days. Just by having a campaign on Facebook. Now, she could have donated some of her own money, and that would have been enough. But she decided to use her time.
Yeah.
So I guess the theme of this whole process, this whole event, is going to be, you find your passion, use your time. It might be helping in person. It might be donating money. It might be running an event. It might simply be promoting other people's events, or a combination. And we're creating miracles here. I'm very proud of what we're doing. I'm so proud.
Amazing work. And you know what? Everyone can help, and I think that's the how you open it up. By now with the technology, as much as it leveled the playing field for businesses, it really levels the playing field for human beings and allows them to give, even if it's just to follow and retweet and look for the good news and just contribute in any way they can, like you said. Keith, I'm really looking forward to your presentation and listening to the other speakers. We are going to have a blast talking about social media for social good. The name of the show is Social Media Socials. It's on 4th Wednesday of January. That's the 22nd at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We'll be there. See you there. Bye.